What's up, everyone? Welcome to another.
We gotta go start again.
Long-awaited. How long has it been?
Start again.
Fail.
Why? Who cares? We
I was talking, and it's very rude of me to interrupt you.
Why
like
is that new?
That's not new.
It's
just
another
rude.
circle of jerks. We're all assholes here, so.
All right, cool. Except Misty. Misty's not an asshole.
What's up, everybody?
That's not nice. How's everybody doing?
Full house
We're
tonight.
all friggin' great.
Oh,
It's
have
awesome.
fun.
Thank you. Yeah,
Great.
it's awesome. Yeah.
Awesome.
Adam, you going to introduce all the people that we got with us tonight?
Yeah, who do we have today?
Sure. We have Warlock, Jeff Ivins, Witch, Misty Tyers, Satanist, Lorcan Black, Warlock, Gimp, Pimple is what he wrote, but it's the Gimp, Pimp, and Muggle, Jonathon Browne.
Muggle.
Ouch.
Watch out, Muggle, because you've got the Dark Lord here.
The host with the most
grease in my
Harry
diet.
Potter wands, Lorcan Black.
Yes.
Absolutely. Lord Voldemort ain't got shit on me.
Nice.
It's been a long time since we did a circle of jerks.
Yeah.
How's everyone doing out here? Are we having ready for a good evening here? A good conversation?
Oh, yeah.
Cool.
Always.
Better be, considering I burned an eighth of a tank of gas and, you know.
Bitch, why ain't complain?
Who said that? Who said that?
One of us.
Who said that? Let me
Wow,
find
wow,
out.
Let's talk about something. I have topics written down here that Adam sent me.
Talk about shit.
Their first one is this ma'am GameStop guy. Like, I know
we're
it's been
going
2
back in
months ago.
time for people. Yeah, it's been a
but
while
we just
since
haven't
we've
done
done
a
a circle
circle
of jerks.
jerks, and it was one of our things.
The
I guess
ma'am.
A ma'am GameStop guy.
So this is the show that's going to get a bunch of us unfriended. Okay, cool.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Most of us already are. So
Yeah, so it won't matter. I love it.
What's
we're
new
already
from
on the hate list.
Yeah, we're the bad boys of
Still have
Satanism.
friends.
Don't you know that?
All right. So yeah, let's get the rest.
Yeah.
of
So
you,
what do you?
kicked off by the social
What
justice
happened
Satanists.
what happened was this dude comes into GameStop. Who's that? What's going on?
Mommy.
Is that your house, Lorcan?
That's my 3-year-old running around.
Oh, okay.
He wanted to be on film. So.
All right. What's he think about this guy?
Well, his diaper's pretty rank, so I'm pretty sure he thinks it's shit.
Anyway,
All
it's a trans. What is it? Sexual transgender guy or woman or yeah.
It.
It's
Yeah.
a trans person.
The employee says sir, and he's like, "Excuse me, yeah, it's ma'am," like it's all too apparent or something. Like, you see the guy, right? He looks like a guy,
Yeah.
and he still has a cock. So
Well, apparently, if you're a man that dresses up like a woman, you have the right to go around and tell people that they're wrong and yell at them for addressing you the correct way, which you deem incorrect. But then you also have the right to go around and damage people's property as well.
yeah, he starts kicking products, vandalizing the store, demanding the corporate number. I mean,
think
he
it
should
was
have the
roid
cops
rage.
called on him at this point. The dude's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, I think it should be noted that, I mean, at the beginning, Misty's like, I haven't seen this video. What the fuck are you talking about? It should be noted, though, that the kid who's behind the counter, the guy at the register, he sees that the person is trying to represent themselves as a female, but it's obvious that it is a male, and so the kid slips. He's trying to be polite. And he says, "Sir." That sets off the tirade, and so I mean, the kid didn't even necessarily mean it. The kid wasn't trying to be a jerk or insensitive or whatever. He saw a dude. He saw a 6'3" Adam's apple having dude.
Bold. That dude had
and said Sue.
She had a bigger dick than he did.
Yeah, probably.
I don't know about that part, but I mean, like, the kid made an honest mistake, and that set off a roid rage.
I'm a ma'am. I'm
Hold
a
on.
ma'am.
I don't know about that. Like, you said he made an honest mistake. I need clarification on that. What was the mistake that he made?
He didn't.
The mistake that he made was that the customer wanted to be seen as a female.
But there was no female clothes being worn. I mean, it's a gray sweatshirt, jeans.
I mean, the you know.
I mean, that costume looks like a chick's costume. It was just on a dude. I mean,
I'm looking at it right now, dude.
It's a
pink shirt.
You know, yeah, I don't think he made a mistake. Here, I think the biggest problem was that he called it how he saw it, and he was accurate. But if this specific person, as most people do now, want to be recognized for their feelings rather than their own biology, you know, that person could have very easily clarified in a calm way and then let it go. But they wanted to make a big spectacle of the whole thing, and you know that's what it did. So.
Well, and I mean, you know, you have to also look at it from a business perspective. I mean, if that person came into my shop, I wouldn't say sir or ma'am. It would be evident to me, though, that to me, it's evident that person wants to be is a trans.
Gendered.
I don't know. Gender. It's obvious to me that that's how that person wants to be seen, and I wouldn't have an issue with spotting that, even though it would be obvious that that person was born male. I don't know. I guess I'm not that naive. I can see that the person wants to be seen as a woman.
But what if it's just, I mean, I'm being serious. So what if it's just a really ugly woman who's trying to be a man? Do you see what I'm saying?
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
As an employee of GameStop, should know that.
Yes, I'm saying. You know, what the person that in question that we're talking about right now, what if legitimately that was just a really horrific looking woman who was trying to change over to being a dude?
Well, if she's trying to change over to be a dude, then she wouldn't say, "Call me ma'am."
No.
And
I'm
also
saying,
the fact that she wouldn't have long hair.
No, listen to me. I'm saying based on that. Well, that's not true. I'm a guy with long hair.
He's in a band.
So,
yeah, I have long hair.
Yeah,
he's in a band.
I mean, I'm saying.
Yeah, but you're fat.
When you look like that, you can go either way. Yeah.
I'd like to interject here real quick.
Okay.
Please send all hate comments and death threats to Lorcan Black when he had shit to do with this.
I mean, I haven't heard the audio on it yet because I didn't want to fuck this up. But like, I could see if the kid did if he did make an honest mistake, like was said earlier, like the person could have responded in a calm manner.
Yeah, exactly.
It didn't necessarily require an extended tirade and vandalism of a business.
Maybe it wasn't the first time that it had happened that day.
Maybe.
Let me read
Still,
you guys.
vandalizing a business.
Well, and I'm sure that is a situation. I mean, I'm sure that person probably frequently has people say "sir" because of the physical aspect of it. So yeah, I'm sure, but that doesn't give you the right to kick things over.
If Blair White
shit like that
walked in, which is a transgender, from male to female, and he recognizes himself as a man to he's like, I'm a man. Still got a dick, I'm a man. But Blair White is so hot.
Dick out, though.
But no, what I'm saying is Blair White is so hot that you guys would not even know that that's a man. And if he would say ma'am. But this guy that walks in looks like an old 80s washed up rock star. Let me read you guys the fucking transcript or the thing here. This is from the news. He says, "I'm going to ask you for the 5th time to stop calling me a man because quite clearly I am not," the male customer adds.
Yeah. Obviously, that's not quite clearly. You do look like a man.
Yeah. So,
as the world has said,
you don't have to be beautiful, but I guess if you're going to go from a man to a woman, men are fucking ugly, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Women are hot. If you're going to try to become a woman, just look hot, dude. Don't have an Adam's apple or a fucking,
Okay, but let's be
beard.
real. I mean, there are plenty of women who are not hot. I'm sorry. I
know,
all
but
the time.
But women
Mostly
are,
bull dykes.
Let me.
That deep, beautiful
All
voice
I'm
just
saying
comes
is-
out of nowhere. Just
pull it off. You know what I mean? Try to pull it off at least, especially if you're a Satanist. Don't call
Okay.
yourself something.
Well,
you're not.
that person I don't think was, obviously.
No, I'm just saying.
The tirade made that pretty obvious.
Oh, yeah, we all know what John's slipping it in. He's like, yeah, especially if you're a Satanist.
No, I'm saying as a Satanist, if you were a Satanist, don't say that you're whatever, dude. That's the next subject.
You're in trouble.
Are you
So
the one
corny.
in the group that slipped it in? Just saying.
Yeah.
Flipping it in, or are you going to ask him to bite the pillow first?
Going dry.
I'm not a gentle lover.
All right, so we've got. How
You
about
know,
while
I
we're on
do
the
have
subject?
my
What?
thoughts on this situation.
Say again.
I do have my thoughts on this situation.
And they are.
I'm pretty much Hitler anyway, so I might as well go with it. Here's the thing. When it comes to transgenderism, it's tough when someone's pre-op. It's tough when someone's not dressed like they're trying to pass. So this person may have identified as female, but if they weren't dressed the right way and presenting the right way, how was the employee of GameStop supposed to know? It wasn't.
I think that's kind of what John's point has been. My point being that while that GameStop kid may not have known, or like I said, I really think he probably just made an honest mistake because he saw a male. Like to me, it's very evident that it was a guy who was trying to dress like a female. I mean, I don't know if you guys don't hang out with enough females, but the clothes he was wearing to me said all female. Obviously, I would have seen it was a guy who was trying to look like a female, and so I would have probably just not said sir or ma'am. I would have just said yes.
Yeah,
that's it.
But see, that's one of the things that I find confusing too nowadays is because so many guys, especially young guys, so the age would have kind of tipped it a little bit, but so many young guys are wearing pink and bright yellow, and they're wearing the skinny jeans and stuff like that. And so
they're wearing capris now.
Yeah, so I mean,
Yeah.
like
Right.
for me, those things were female clothing when I was growing up. So it does make
Yeah,
sense.
you know, I grew up at the same time as you.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
So you should know.
I
So,
could
like,
still, I could still see that it was a woman's cut shirt underneath the sweatshirt.
yeah. So
Just is.
Okay, let's be real. I have no fashion sense whatsoever, but we can all agree that
We can see
the biggest fashion sin is wearing Crocs. We can all agree there.
Agreed.
Ugh.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
Well, while we're on the subject of trans, what do you guys feel? What are your thoughts on these guys that are saying, "I feel like a woman today, and I'm gonna join the women's volleyball team or rugby team or baseball team or whatever, and just wrestling team and just killing it and just
Happening
winning
a lot
it
right
I mean,
now. That's happening a lot.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on these things, Jonathon Browne? Anything?
I feel like it's tough because you don't want to just blatantly, say no, you have no right to feel that way because shit, if that's how they're born, that's how they're born or whatever. But you got to kind of draw a line when Jennifer is 7 feet tall and 300 pounds wrestling, another woman and is beating her, or a guy puts on a dress and decides to run the 300 and just smokes everybody. It starts to be kind of different. Like, I don't know. It's touchy
happening
almost.
a lot now.
What
It
is
is,
this world
yeah.
coming to?
Well, I don't know. I almost kind
That's
of,
what they say.
in one way, I kind of want to just keep letting it slide because then eventually maybe women will actually go, hey, you know what? You know how we were okay with this before? We're not anymore. Like,
They already are. They had an interview on one of the things. There were this African American runner, male, becoming female or something, outruns everybody, and you can see their faces in their interview, and they're like, yeah, well, and they're pointing toward the. What are they going to say? You're not allowed to say anything. You're not allowed to
it's
talk
like
about
we can't admit that muscle structure is just different from male to female. It just is.
Yeah.
But But not,
And
you know, I mean,
and
I think
don't
that
think-
maybe having separate divisions is one thing. I don't think that, I mean, if you want to do whatever you call yourself, whatever you want to, but you got to have, you know, it's got to be fair when it comes to stuff like that, like competitions. You're going to have separate divisions or something.
So like a trans
Right.
division.
Call
Yeah,
yourself whatever you want, but don't expect society to bend to your will.
Yeah, that's accepting. What were you saying, Misty?
like I feel like, you know, the whole admitting that the muscle, like your muscle structure is different and things like that, that's not saying that, you know, women are weak and can't do anything. That's
Right,
just
exactly.
fully admitting. And it's kind of, I feel like it's kind of hard because like you get some people who start that change a little bit later on after they've already started developing the muscle structure of, you know,
Yeah.
of one side, and then they just, you know, they start making the transition and they've already got that kind of extra like muscle and things like that, and it's kind of hard. Like,
Let me ask you something. You brought up a good point there,
Drawback.
Misty. So that's a big debate amongst the trans people is taking a child that's supposedly identifying as trans and giving them a puberty blocker. Doesn't that go against what the tenets of Satanism say? Do not harm children.
It goes against nature, for one.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I totally agree.
So if somebody's
Well, then-
promoting giving drugs to a child who is in a state of confusion that could permanently damage that child, that's very unsatanic. That's like the most unsatanic thing you could do.
Yeah, but then there's some children who do identify as the opposite sex. Are you saying they're not allowed to make that choice themselves?
You're
Yes.
not old enough to make
I
that
do
choice.
I do think that, yeah, I don't think they should be able to make that. They're a child.
If
You
that's
don't
the
know what
case,
kind
then
of
we should
change
allow
they're gonna
children to
go
get
through once
tattooed
they actually go through puberty.
and drive cars and shoot guns. That's
I just want to see 12-year-olds start being able to vote because they feel they're old enough to. And you know,
right.
I mean,
Yeah.
the problem is that everyone wants to act on their feelings. Well, here's the thing: when we were growing up, or when I was growing up, we were taught in school that at some point in your life, whether you're male or female, you're going to experience feelings across the entire sexual spectrum, from heterosexual to homosexual. No matter whether you're a dude or a chick and everything, it's like those feelings are going to enter your mind at one point in your life. But that doesn't mean that if you're a guy and you have a moment where, hey, that you think that dude's hot, that doesn't mean you have to become a chick, and then vice versa. You know, and you can act on feelings in a given moment, but it doesn't have to be life-altering to who you were born as.
I know what you mean, because when Look What the Cat Dragged In album came out, I wanted to fuck every one of those chicks that were on the cover. And then I found out they're dudes, and I immediately no longer wanted to fuck them.
Yeah, but the thing about it is they were getting more pussy than you.
You don't know that.
That's why
You
I
don't
like
know
it.
that.
Excuse me?
No,
The
but
glam
if you had to bet
scene?
money on it, you're probably right. But I got my share back then. Anyway, yeah, dude, just crazy. It's just
Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean, I don't think we can say kids and their feelings and what they're feeling, because I mean, for one, I mean, it is possible that they could feel like they are the wrong sex, but they could also be a boy being raised by a mom with 3 sisters and just naturally lean towards the female side because he's surrounded by estrogen 24/7. Maybe once he goes through puberty and goes, oh, hey, you know what? I like my dick. I want to keep it. You know, I mean, we don't know. You know, so I mean, just letting kids decide that at age, definitely puberty blockers and anything surgical for children. That's definitely wrong. It's one thing if the kid wants to be treated like a female or wants to wear female clothes or whatever. That's something that they can grow out of if they want to, or they can continue for the rest of their life, but not something, you know, surgical or medical. I don't
Yeah,
think
but I find it funny that
but people are taking it way too far with the whole thing. Like I saw a few months back. There was this woman. She's a liberal, and she was on this TV show, and she was talking about how you can't call babies anymore. It's got to be a new term, and then also
course.
you have to like literally ask these infant childs who are wearing diapers, you have to ask them their permission to change their diaper, because
no.
it's an invasion of the, like, I mean, seriously. So you've got wait, hold on. So you've got a 14, 15-month-old child there and everything. And it clearly can't communicate with you properly, and you're supposed to ask it if you can change its diaper before you do, because touching it before it's ready is emotionally damaging. So it's just complete nonsense to me. And it's like I said, it's like they're trying to go as far as they can and see, like, how far can we stretch this? How far can we push people to? I mean, I feel like a little 6-year-old girl today. So does that mean I need to be treated like a 6-year-old girl?
Yeah.
Well, somebody needs to treat you like one.
I wish they would.
Robert, what were you saying?
The ones that say, you have to ask a child permission, that represents a small fringe of an already ostracized group. So, that's nowhere near the norm. We already have enough weirdness in our circles.
I'm talking about a category that's none of it's in the norm, but
No.
I thought we were talking about humans. I have no idea what ostriches are doing.
No, neither do I.
Okay.
The guy got joke. I give you that one.
Yeah, but it's always the small groups now that are trying to get the attention.
They're radical.
We're always coddling the minority groups these days.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like everyone wants their place and their 15 minutes of fame and to be heard. So it's always, it seems like small groups, the people that aren't the majority, that the majority have to coddle to right now.
Mm-hmm.
I can kind of do a sidebar on this. You guys aren't the only one that got in trouble on Twitter already. I got in trouble with a disability advocate because they were all saying, could you not use disabled in a video game? I'm like, dude, it's not like they called you retarded, but I will.
But I like what Dorian was saying. I'm going to kick off that a little. Do you ever notice, like, there's a lot of single dads, and they got daughters, and then the daughters are kind of tomboyish because they're around the dad football, and you got children that are being raised by two lesbian women, and they tend to be, identify with being a lesbian too when they grow up. Not all of them. I'm saying there's a lot of that type of thing in there. Children take on their surroundings and their environment. They're taught things. They're taught everything, their sexuality, racism, whatever it is. They're taught prejudice. They're taught how to think and be. They're products of their society, is what I'm saying.
That's very similar in ways to how I grew up. I grew up with 5 uncles, lived on the race car tracks because they were all stock car racers and mechanics. Played football and wrestling and rugby all through my youth, and I honestly, like, when I was young, I didn't have a name for it. I honestly, like, at the time was like, oh, maybe this is a thing. But let's just, it's expensive. Let's see how. I never liked chicks. Like, no, not my.
For the right amount of money, would you like?
Come on, just tease us a little bit here.
But, like, it was like, this is expensive, and I'm also, still very young, so let's just see where this goes. I'm just going to be my own weird what the hell ever I was. And at this stage of the game, like, once I hit kind of high school age, I was like, you know what, I actually don't mind this so much. I'm just going to, like, keep going with who I am now, and now I'm totally fine being just, being female just completely. So totally fine with that. It's different for everybody, but yeah, what John was saying, but like sometimes when you grow up in certain environments, it can really influence how you see yourself at such a young age.
Of course, I grew up in a Christian household, so that obviously had an effect on me for a long time afterward.
Look at them now.
I mean, it's the same thing,
Yeah. That damn Motley Crue.
So yeah, yeah, that influence around you. Yeah, it's tricky, because like I mean, as a parent, of course, you want, I think for someone like those of us who are Satanists and parents, we kind of want our kids to grow up and think for themselves. But a lot of us grow up in environments where, or even just our kids just look after us and admire us, and they want to be like us, whether we're trying to influence them or not. It's something that it's kind of hard to avoid. I'm sure there's plenty of COS parents who have kids that want to eventually join COS, even though the parents may have said, "I want you to think for yourself." The kids are thinking that's what our family does.
That's what they're into. That's what they like. They'll be proud of me. Yeah, sure. I know.
Hey, John.
Yes, sir.
Can you imagine if Motley Crue's Girls came out today?
I don't think they would release the video.
I was gonna say, it's sad, right?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, especially the part where they're whistling at them and everything. Kind of, it's like
the cat call.
Oh yeah, well of course.
Yeah, man, that sucks.
That wouldn't be cool at all.
Totally sucks. All right, let's change gears here. No pun intended. Let's go to. We got this that MAGA kid. What's his name? Nick Sandmann. Exit light. Trying to find the thing here. Nick Sandmann, student from the private all male Covington Catholic High School in northern Kentucky, and he was just standing there, and Nathan Phillips, the Indian activist, banging a drum in his face, just kind of staring there, and then Nathan Phillips, the Indian, lied about this Nick kid. Taunting him, and things like that, and it got out of control and shit. You guys remember that thing?
I never, yeah, but I don't remember when the day after it happened, when I read the full story, I never heard anything about him lying or anything. What I heard was the full story that the Nathan wasn't trying to get in his face, and the kid wasn't trying to get in the Native American's face. The guy with the drum was trying to just defuse the situation because there was a third group that was actually doing the taunting, and he actually was helping defuse it. He was trying to get up close to the kids playing his drum, trying to draw their attention away from some assholes that were trying to start trouble. So they were actually both sides of that story. As you introduced it, neither of them were really doing anything. It was actually a third group.
Yeah, wasn't it the Black Israelites?
Black Israelites?
It was.
Yeah, I think that's who it was.
Yes. Yeah.
That's a whole nother
And they
show.
were the ones that were calling names and that were taunting it, and they got the kids riled up. The kids decided to do their own chants, and Nathan thought before this starts into a big fight, he's just going to come over, and he just was walking up to him, playing his drum, trying to get the kids' attention, and the kids got their attention. And both sides, the kid even said in an interview that he respected him for what ended up happening. But he was taken aback, and he, the kid wasn't being a dick. This was all kind of really resolved, like the day after it happened, after everyone had a fit about it on Facebook. The next day, the real story actually came out. But
what about Kathy Griffin calling out the kid and saying that people need to release his address and all that shit? That's scary shit.
Doxing him?
When you have a
hell no.
celebrity saying shit like that, what the fuck? If that were my kid,
the problem with social media, and the social media right now, it puts these things out one-sided to one or the other. They put it out instantly, and everyone just assumes without reading the full story. And I did the same thing. I was like, all right, this kid's a dick, and then, the next day I read the story and go, hey, he actually wasn't, but neither was Nathan. And it kind of got divided into this whole right side, left side, and it was a third group that was really being the dicks. I don't want to say third side. Almost the
the only thing I assumed was his gender. That's it.
Yeah.
I think he was okay with that. The MAGA hat kind of gives that away.
Yeah.
Well, I saw the big nose, and I thought he was a Jew, and now then find out he goes to a Catholic church. I mean, damn. I'm just kidding.
Oh, you were looking for that hook.
The joke.
Lorcan's like, catch him before he lays eggs. What are you talking about?
Half your viewers just went, oh!
But speaking of the Catholic Church, I
I
was segueing.
won't blame this time.
Oh,
All
what?
I got to say, thank Lorcan for being here. They can't blame me this time.
I'll take the heat. I don't give a fuck if all the people on Facebook eradicate me. The people that matter are the people that are in this building. So and that's it. If everyone else wants to fuck off and ignore me, it's like I won't lose any sleep. It's like no big deal.
Yeah.
So bye friends. Unfriend me. Click.
Let me go back to my segue. You mentioned the Catholic Church, and the Church of Satan Twitter feed made a nice reply to the Pope saying sex abusers are tools of Satan, with their reply of Satanists think the Pope is a tool. You guys see that?
That Twitter
Pope?
account
Oh, yeah.
is just like spot on with
Yeah.
these.
Oh, yeah.
Just
They're
genius.
so
The Pope
quick with
would
this.
know the tenets of Satanism. The Pope should know about all religions. Obviously, the Pope hasn't done his homework.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What a
What else
fucking
is new?
tool.
Well, the Pope is always going to recognize Satan as an actual.
Yeah. He's
Yeah,
never going to
deity.
recognize it as
Yeah.
Church of Satan. He's, he sees
Yeah.
Satan as part of his religion.
Yeah, so he's
So,
he's
yeah,
going to refer
I mean,
to Satan
whatever.
from his standpoint. So he,
I mean, if he would take that advice and say, okay, then I'm going to eradicate it from my church by firing or jailing all of the priests that molest children, maybe I could give him a little bit of credit for it, but he doesn't. So fuck. I mean,
Well, if he wants to
has no
look
right
at
to say
Satan
shit
as a
about it.
theistic being, if you want to compare all the gods as the theistic gods, if you really think about it, if you bring up child molester, the Catholic Church comes up number one in my mind. It has nothing to do
Yeah.
with.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, exactly. If he
Didn't
really
the,
believed any of that shit, he'd fix his own building.
Well,
Didn't
there is a bishop or a cardinal that's just been defrocked over the sex abuse scandal.
I saw that yesterday, actually. George Pell was his name, I think.
Yeah. He just got defrocked and kicked out of the church for committing sex abuse crimes.
Okay,
Raping.
bye.
Well, that's one out of 1,000. What would you say,
right.
Jonathan?
Hey, it's a start.
No boys.
That's actually
What is he-
exactly what I was going to bring up. Is I was looking into that exactly. I guess the guy was like the Vatican treasurer and the third in
Yes, he
command
was.
to the Pope, and so like just to see it that far up, actually getting convicted, at least
Yeah.
shit's happening in the right way now.
Nice.
But the
A
Vatican
little
Exactly.
slow.
Like, why do they all of a sudden now decide to go on go for this person when it's been happening through all levels for so long and they
I
haven't
got the
done
Maybe
answer.
they're
anything?
losing numbers. They're
Yeah,
probably
it's a
losing
last
numbers
ditch effort.
finally.
Catholicism is dying, and this is something that they're doing as a
Yeah,
last
damage
ditch effort to get people back in the fold. Yeah.
I mean, it's to the point now where they should just,
Too
put
little,
it
too
out of
late.
its misery. It's
Tax
too
their
little, too
churches.
late.
Yeah, I hear you.
Just pull the plug.
Yeah. Well, as the saying goes, he's the sacrificial lamb for the church right now.
Yeah.
I mean, as long as they season that lamb roast well enough, I'm cool.
Well, yeah.
Man.
Well, that's probably true. That's probably hoping like for headlines that, hey, we're cleaning up our organization. We got rid of one of them out of thousands of them that are doing
Yeah.
this. Like it is damage control.
Well,
just by, like, we'll just
I think
pay them off
most
with
of
one of
the
them.
I think most of the child molestation would go away if you would just let your fucking priests and everybody start having sex again. I mean, to
I
restrict.
mean, clearly they
everyone-
are now, just with the
Well,
wrong people.
yeah, but I mean, yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like the Pope says we
They are
can't
having
have sex
sex.
with women. Wait a minute, he didn't say we couldn't have sex with boys. Oh, fuck, yeah, cool. So, I mean, that was one of the dumbest things that were ever
So let me
started.
ask you this: if
Boy butt
if-
kind
if-
of looks like vagina.
yeah,
When they get their frock, just give them a fleshlight and everything's good.
they look like lips. Yeah. So let me ask you this: if they have sex with a boy that grows up one day to be and transes into a woman, then is it okay? Does it cancel each other out?
No. Well, only if the boy felt like he was 18 years old. If the boy felt like he was 18 years
If he
old, then it's
identified
legal.
with being 18.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He identified with being an adult. So.
Well, most of the
Only if
reason
you
why I
call
wanted
him
to most of the reason why I wanted to bring that up was to just give some credit to the Church of Satan Twitter team, man. Those guys are great. With my help, they could be the best, but they are pretty damn good.
Oh, they're spot on.
With your help, people would go to jail. Okay.
I won't. No, you got to be caught.
It's not illegal until you get caught.
Yeah. Speaking of getting caught, I'm going to segue my ass off tonight.
Stealing.
What's with this Jussie Smollett dude?
Oh, where to begin?
There's no
That's
more
the
hate
dude that
crimes
got
out there.
caught.
You got
Now what?
to
He,
make
like-
up your own.
Now give me the refresher. Like he like had some
All right.
buddies
He
beat him up,
claimed
and
that
then
there was
said
a
that they
hate
were white
crime.
guys, MAGA guys.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
He tried to claim that 2 white guys with magnet hats attacked him, and it turned out to be 2 black guys, one of
His
which
buddies.
worked on the
One of them
set
was a witch?
of.
Oh, sorry.
No.
Keep going.
Basically, one of them worked on the set with him on the show Empire.
Gotcha.
So
Who shared?
basically,
Like, did
which
anybody
one of
even
you
know
guys-
this guy's name before the scandal?
No.
I mean, it might have
no,
been
it was him
Justin
trying to
Bieber.
get a name recognition.
Yeah. So it worked. It worked.
It
What he was trying
worked.
to do worked, but
That part worked, but aren't they firing him?
The
He's going
last
to
2
jail, right?
episodes, he's not on.
Yeah, he's going to jail, I heard.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, they're indicting him.
for following fake police report.
Yeah.
FBI is investigating him. I've heard.
I think making up a hate crime, pretending that there was a hate crime, is a hate crime.
well,
Well, and that's kind of the
considering-
same thing with
considering
what
it was
happened
the-
with the kid in the drum circle and all that
Yeah.
shit. You know, like
Yeah.
it's easy to make if you have a MAGA hat. It's easy to turn you into a bad guy, even if you're just completely innocent. People will automatically assume you support Trump. You're evil.
Yeah, but
so-
honestly, it wasn't even because you have black Trump supporters, so it wasn't even that. It was the fact that he was trying to go against
not a
Trump
lot.
supporters.
Yeah,
No, he was trying to go against Trump supporters and against white people.
Yeah,
He
sure.
lied and said 2 white people beat him up when they actually didn't.
Yeah.
So the dude's a racist, and he's a fucking left extremist. So yeah, he needs
Well,
to.
he's extremist to begin with.
Yeah.
What was that?
I don't care. I don't care if you're left or right extremist. You're extremist. That's it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I agree.
No, I was just saying what he
Try
was.
to make his career seem much more relevant, but it's like, who even knows who
Right.
the person is?
Could have been an
I
extreme
don't
actor,
know.
but no.
And, I apologize to whoever's listening for what I'm about to say if I stole your joke, but fuck it, I'm on air, you're not. The guy paid for this with a check. What did he write on the memo for fake hate crime? Seriously.
Who the hell? Who even has a checkbook anymore? The fuck?
These days, anyway.
Well, he put on there. My manager said I need to do something extravagant to further my career, and this is what he came up with.
Wow. So he's going to jail though.
Yeah,
he's going to jail.
Done. He's all done.
Good.
So don't make up hate crimes. There's enough of them out there.
And they've got him in pictures with that woman who's running for president now. Oh God,
Which one?
the African American one. There's only
Harris?
one.
Kamala Harris?
Yes. Yeah, they've got a picture of her with him floating around, so they're like, oh, well, they're trying to make a connection with that now. So.
Yeah, what's she gonna feel?
Yeah, that's the extreme right trying to do that.
Yeah, of course. But that's what I'm saying,
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Speaking of extremism, what can you guys tell me about this Cortez chick? Socialist much?
Bend her over.
I
Whoa.
can't really say anything because the only thing I really know
Happy
about her
birthday.
is from memes. So, the
Yeah,
only thing I know
same
about
here.
her is from like right wing memes, which I know is going to be just as tainted. So I can't really tell you anything about
Well,
it.
she started this thing called the Green New Deal, which is
Yeah.
supposed to you're supposed to level every single home in America, every building, and rebuild it with the new stupid thing. She doesn't want anyone flying airplanes anymore.
Yeah.
It's all part of this Green New Deal that they're trying to pass.
Yeah, she wants everybody to travel.
I think there's
she
more
wants
to it
everyone
than
to
that.
travel by railway.
What I want to know though, what I want to know is, has anyone actually read the actual
I have
transcript
not.
of what the green, or have we only read what news stories say is in?
Well, no,
I
I
think
mean they've
the
got it
latter.
out.
That's what
there.
makes it difficult for me to.
They've got it out, and
Yeah,
you can
that's
read it.
what-
I've read through some of it and everything. It's really stupid. I mean, it's crazy, and it's going to cost like $40 trillion.
I heard 90-something trillion, but yeah. Crazy.
Well, one of the things is they want to get back into the Paris Accord, which is what Trump pulled out of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, coming from a military background, national security wise, we're going to lose some of our bases due to rising water. That's generally what my point is.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I think a lot of people weren't really happy with us being one of the only countries not involved with that anyway. But
yeah.
whatever.
I don't know. I'm Canadian.
Yeah,
I missed out on
AOC.
a lot of this stuff. I just
Yeah,
agree.
No, actually, you don't. It's probably better off that way. But yeah,
I'm not saying I miss it like I
know
miss it,
enough
but,
about
AOC
other than whatever. She seems loopy, but I only again.
Like I
only
said,
know
just
that
bend
from
her
reading,
over and
so
give
I
her
don't
some.
know.
Well, if you bent her over, Jeff, what would you give her?
Hoop shoot ride? I don't know.
Like a dirty Sanchez.
Dirty
A
Sanchez.
dirty
Rusty
Cortez.
Cranbone. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah. Well, speaking of New York, I hear that they are wanting to clean their harbor because it's a filthy muck, with 1 billion oysters. It's a lot of boners. What do you guys think about that? Nothing?
Well, I
Next
mean,
subject.
oysters are pretty good at filtration. So what's the problem?
Yeah, I wouldn't eat them afterwards, but
Right? Yeah.
Clean up all the dead bodies. The mob dropped there.
yeah.
Nice.
Oh, nice. All right. Well,
Yeah, I mean, seems like a good idea. I don't know.
cool.
Sure,
I'm just
why
reading
not?
the list I got here.
2 thumbs up come from Lorcan.
Wingardium Leviosa from Lorcan.
It's Leviosa.
Leviosa.
It's Leviosa.
I've been watching Harry Potter way
Sure it
too
is.
much.
Yeah. Speaking of Harry Potter,
Hey, fuck all of y'all.
Not.
yeah. Give me a dirty Cortez. 2019 Dodge Ram is coming out with the Warlock. Isn't that sweet?
Yeah, who from the COS is a designer at Dodge? That's pretty fucking cool.
It's pretty cool. It's just all murdered out. It's all black. It's all sick looking.
It looks like it's like the competition for the Ford Raptor.
Oh yeah, I see what you're saying.
Pretty
Couple
slick truck.
horns you can mount on the hood.
Yeah, just bring back the windowless van with the old school paint job and the fuzzy mattress in the back.
With the wizard on it. Nice. The chick with boobs with a dragon.
I'd love to see vans make a comeback. 70s vans were cool.
Yeah.
And 70s
I
van
think
chicks
I'm
were
gonna get a van. I'm gonna go hand out candy to the kids in the neighborhood.
I don't care.
Spray paint free candy on the side.
I love kids. And you can too,
Personally,
if you're
I don't
still
care what they call it because most vehicles for the last 20 years have just looked like shit anyway.
Yeah.
There's no style left.
What are you, a vehicleist?
Yes, I am.
I would disagree with your statement, Dorkin.
Hail Pontiac! Hail Pontiac!
The
All
Warlock.
right.
All right, man. I don't know.
That's gonna. Someone's recorded that. They're like, "Did you see what he was doing? Oh my god!" They're gonna overdub me.
They'll dig it up like 10, 15 years later and then try
Yeah.
to.
I was looking at the website. What were
Yeah.
you doing?
When I'm running for president, they were like, "He was on camera and he was doing this."
Isn't that what they did when they saw Hitler?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was
That's
just
weird.
waving a fly out of my face. It's like
great. Now we're going to be labeled as some kind of white supremacist group or something.
I know, right?
It's all right. It's an audio show.
Good thing this is audio. No one knows that you did that.
Big smile. Yeah. Big smile.
Big smile.
Boy.
All right, well, look, anybody else got anything worth fucking talking about? Ooh, R. Kelly's pissing on boys now. What's going on with him?
No, it's still 14-year-old
I don't know
girls.
about boys. It's still girls, but yeah, I think he's.
Didn't he already piss on a bunch of kids years ago too?
Well, he's getting he's getting convicted of it. Hopefully, he just got out on bail. I know that for I think $100,000. He got out on
$150,000.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, if convicted, supposedly you get up to like 50 years.
Yeah.
Like five years per each for each incident, I think.
For P?
And I mean, like, they even like told him like his part of his bail is he can't even come in contact with any female under 18, which, I mean, what? Why is that hard? Why? It's sad that they have.
Why would he?
Say that. But he did. That's what he's into. This is the same guy that's saying, "I believe I can fly."
Yeah.
And that's his thing, peeing on people, kids.
Ugh.
Obviously abused. He had to be messed up himself as a kid or something.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with pissing on people and everything as long as they consent.
Yeah, consenting adults is one thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
but
you
like
can change their diaper as long as they consent.
Yeah, I know, right? That's what I'm saying. Yeah, you keep saying consenting adult, but like I said, if they're 12 and they think they're 18, hey, we should go.
They identify with being 18. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. How do we? Yeah. I guess we haven't got to that trans aging yet, huh?
It's coming.
No, not yet.
It'll happen.
Age play.
I feel like I'm 22 every day, so that's what I'm going to be. I'm going to be fucking 22. So
that'll come to.
I don't want to be 22.
Yeah, after a serious training cycle, sometimes I feel like I'm 62. Fuck. Can't get up from your seat without.
But see, if you work out really hard and then you tell the Social Security office that you feel like you're 65, you should just be able to go ahead and apply for benefits.
Yeah, funny.
Well, the current events are happening.
Yeah, we haven't mentioned Magister Les Hernandez passing.
Yeah.
That's very unfortunate.
I cannot believe that happened.
Fuck cancer.
Fast. Yeah, man.
Yeah, fuck cancer.
Yeah, here.
Put a tribute show out for him on Sunday.
Sweet, yeah, on the totally.
Metal Grotto.
Metal Grotto, yeah.
I mean, what sucks is I had just talked to him, not just a week before.
Yeah.
And he was going to. I asked him if he could sign one of his albums to me, and he told me exactly what I needed to do to make it happen, and I just I thought I had a couple more weeks, to buy it, and then when I heard that he had passed away, I was like, I don't fucking believe that it took him out that fast.
Yeah.
I talked to him a lot. Yeah. Him and I have worked on a lot of projects together. I sell a lot of his rendition on things for him, and
to some people's dismay.
Yeah, they're a fucking idiot. I don't even know what the fuck they're talking about. Anyway, I have stainless steel Bloodfire pendants coming on iSatanist that him and I worked on for a few weeks, and we had to tweak the thing and have him redo them because they did something wrong with it. It had to be perfect, and they look amazing. And unfortunately, he passed, but I'm still selling them. I'm still doing what he told me to do with his share and all that stuff. So, I mean, people don't get that. They think, he's dead now, so stop selling his stuff. It's like, no, we have agreements that he set in place on purpose. What was cool about Les was he's done things that a lot of people can't. He has set everything up. He knew he was going. He knew he was passing, and he took care of all this business ahead of time. That's
awesome. And first off, if you've got to deal with him and you're a friend of his and he gave you permission, fuck what everybody else thinks. If somebody doesn't understand it or is pissed off that they didn't have some kind of fucking deal going on with him to get attention for their ridiculous fucking face, to help with them. It's, I know who you're talking about, and this person needs to eliminate themselves from existence. I really wish they would. I mean,
I don't know who it is exactly. I mean, somebody said a couple of things, a couple of people that are saying this stuff, but I think that those type of people just look for negativity in things. They're not producing anything themselves. They're not doing anything. They have nothing to offer. Yeah, and I don't know. They might have been relevant at one time, but whatever. I mean, I just don't get it. They just look for bad things in everything. You're going to find it. Especially when you're fabricating it, Jussie Smollett. You know what I mean? Come on.
On a more positive note, it's just something I find so admirable about somebody like him who was like you said, John, who saw it coming and didn't let it crumble him. He went through all of his plans, got everything done. He owned his situation. It wasn't a good one.
And
anybody would be, any regular person would be terrified in that position.
Yeah.
He took it all in stride, and just the amount of strength that takes is just unbelievable.
Yep.
Yeah. It's just like, I'm not trying to stroke my ego here, I swear. Y'all can choose to believe me or not, but
well, now that you mentioned it, we know that you are, but go on.
Yeah, I was going to say,
a lot of people look to me as an inspiration. I look to how he carried himself over these past few months as an inspiration. He knew what was coming. He didn't flinch. He kept in good spirits the whole time, You never saw poor me. Why is this happening?
Yeah.
He's like, okay, this is coming. This is what I've got to do.
Yeah.
I will tell you though that and what sucks is it's one of the things because me and him talked on social media quite a bit, like on Messenger and everything, and when he posted that picture of him with his tombstone, I had mixed feelings because I was like, man, here I am, somebody who's talked this over with my wife for years. It's like, I would love to get my tombstone, ahead of time and pick out my casket and everything and get all that stuff set up just because, I identify with that dark shit anyway. And I've always thought it would be cool to sleep in my own casket before I actually, put in it, when I'm dead. But when I saw him,
you better sell all your wands, man.
Yeah, right. They're being buried with me now. But when I saw him in with that picture, I was like, damn, this shit's real, and he's actually doing it and everything. And man, it was an amazing thing to see that he was able to just to do that, to take that picture, and he wasn't frowning, all sad, and like Lethold said, it wasn't poor me. I mean, he owned that fucking shit, man. It's crazy.
It's like he gave death the middle finger from the very beginning of his diagnosis.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
It was great.
We should all do that. We're reminded of how vital our existence is, and we're getting up there. Especially Jeff. Look at you. You can go at any minute. So, I mean, get your affairs in order.
Wait a minute. I'm not that old yet.
I keyed.
He's like, I'm only 82 years old.
Nah.
He called me a whippersnapper before. I don't even know what that means.
More like a Willy watcher.
I'm sure you are. All right, let's get out of here, guys. I'm going to go eat because I'm chubby.
Yeah.
That's one thing fat men know how to do is eat.
Well, let's promote. What's everybody doing? What's going on? Go down the list.
I'll promote the new stainless steel medallions coming out by Rad Magister now. Sorry, Les Hernandez. The Bloodfire pendants coming soon to Ice Ignis.
Oh,
next.
I have a promotion we should start the groundswell for. The roast is actually coming out soon.
Yeah. There's a roast of Robert Lethold. Almost done. 3 years in the making.
Seriously?
Yeah,
Oh my
man.
God.
Yeah.
About time.
Yeah.
The very
Yeah,
first,
cooked
the
I've
long
very
enough.
I've
first,
been
the
hammering on it.
original.
It's hard to edit. You know what I mean? I didn't want it to be some fly by night thing, and I know somebody, out there stole an idea or something and tried to release some crap. But dude, this is the first satanic roast.
I'm afraid my jokes are going to be so outdated.
Yeah.
John just wants to make sure we can get actual reactions from me that don't look like muscle spasms.
Yeah. Like that one?
Yeah.
All right. I'm using that.
Okay, I roll with it.
You roll with a lot of things.
Even
Downhill.
Yeah. Misty, what are you doing? You're playing with kettlebells and trying to make both your boobs into one big one, aren't you? What are you doing?
I've got the Canadian Nationals coming up at the end of April,
Nice.
and that'll determine whether or
National
not I
what?
qualify for kettlebell sport. For it's like weightlifting and stuff.
Okay. Yeah.
I competed in nationals last year and got 2 golds. I've never gotten anything short of a gold. But nationals this year, because I'm competing in all 3 events with the 16 kilo bells, that'll determine whether or not I go to the World Championships in Serbia at the end of the year.
Wow.
Nice.
Nice.
Can you
Yeah.
use English words? And I don't know what kilo means. I'm kidding. I know it's 2.2.
2.2 pounds.
Like 35 pounds or so?
How many kilos was it?
16?
16. So yeah, about 35, 36.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and your sets are 10 minutes long, and you're lifting those repeatedly for reps in like 3 different lifts. So
Nice.
yeah. And I just did another interview, like magazine interview recently. Our lovely high priestess passed my name along and got that done after I got back from vacation. We just finished the photo shoot for it recently, so
Very cool.
the guy's still working on that, so we're getting that all sorted out. And then, this little segue into Lorcan, there's gonna be a new book coming out soon.
Yeah.
What? A book?
I got something in
What?
that too.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
But before you talk about the book though,
Mm.
I just want to know since you've been doing all this weightlifting and getting stronger, when we have another conclave, if we have to go upstairs, you can help lift Robert Lethold up with somebody and get him up there.
I'll just lift up the entire chair and
Yes.
piggyback it up the stairs.
Because he weighs like a kilo, so it's fine.
Yeah.
It's cool.
I'll just swing him or strap him in and swing him around by the wheel.
He loves that. He loves that.
My legs don't work anyway, so why not?
Lorcan, the book.
Yeah, man. Satan Calling. Most people have already heard about it, but if you haven't, where the hell have you been? Yeah, it's cool.
They probably have you
awesome-
blocked, bro.
Probably, especially after this episode. The book sales just died. No. No, we are currently taking pre-orders for the Satan Calling 365 Days of Wicked Witticism, and it's a cool little anti-devotional book, which of course features many of you wonderful people that are in this room right now, Misty, Mr. Shaw, Mr. Gray, and it's coming along nicely, and John's currently formatting the pages for it, and then once that's all done and everything, we're going to get this thing put together and ready to go into your beautiful hands so you can read it next to your beds before you go to sleep at night or when you wake up. And
I love reading my own work. It's great.
yeah, I know, right?
And all the pages are coded so they won't ever stick together. Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, other than that, I've got a 22 song double album dropping this year that it's gonna come out digitally. I'm not gonna bring out like an actual physical copy because everybody downloads everything anyway. But that's gonna be coming out in a few months.
Sweet. It's better than Ghost.
Songs for Muggles.
That doesn't take much. Anything's better than
I
Ghost.
know. Oh my God.
Am I the
I
only
mean, the
ghost?
shit that I just left 2 hours ago was better than Ghost.
There's only 2 fans I know of that like Ghost. It's you and Dax. That's it.
I'm a ghost fan.
Yeah.
I'm a Ghost fan. I don't know how you can't be a Ghost fan. I mean, it's people rag on them.
I mean, that whole scene when they're making the pottery together, it's just so
Oh, I mean, but God, I mean, videos are so.
I cried,
look
man.
Back.
I cried.
Yeah, look back. Videos are so full of just stupid shit. It's unreal. But I mean, people, especially people kind of in our circles, they want to knock on them because they go the whole, satanic
Put the
route.
mic in your mouth.
Can you hear me?
Nope.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Barely.
But, I don't know. I dig them. I think. I think
You also dig Harry Potter ones, so we get the whole idea, dude. It's cool.
Yeah.
Hey, I am always going to be myself. If you don't like it, piss off.
That's right. That's right.
Right.
Who's
Anyway.
next?
Or you could do an R. Kelly and piss on.
Yeah.
Jeff Ivins, you got anything going on?
Well, I restarted the Metro, doing that every week, and then of course I got my internet radio station. So, and of course Lorcan can probably listen to Ghost. I think I got some other songs lined up on the loop. So,
Why don't you pick up that bass behind you and crank out a nice little riff?
let's see what I can do. Hold on.
Doodle-bow.
I got 2 basses.
Well, you could play them both at the same time?
Hell no. I'm not. There's one guy that sits there and he can play 2 different. Play double neck guitar at the same time. So, and I'm not. I'm still learning.
Slow speech is
What are you gonna play? Mary Had a Little Lamb?
Bing, 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 bing.
Holy shit.
Bink, 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 bink.
Freebird.
Jeff Ivins, everyone. Thank you. Thank you.
That's just the beginning part of Rock Me.
Oh, we couldn't hear anything.
We couldn't hear
anything.
shit.
You couldn't hear anything?
No, use the acoustic.
Hold on.
This is some great fucking radio.
Don't you
I
go.
got one interview where I downed half a bottle of wine and brought my accordion out.
We've been so good together if we had the time. That one?
Oh, wait, hold on.
Take your time. Hurry up.
Take your time.
It's catchy.
Yeah, like I said, I'm learning it.
It's a no.
I just heard I just heard a
Adam and I have a project together.
Huh?
Adam and I have a project together.
Nice.
Ew.
We made plaster casts of my.
head.
Oh wait, no, skull cap. We better talk about that.
Of your head?
Yeah.
You molded your head? Oh, we knew it was gonna happen one
The
day.
little one, not his own. Wait, I wasn't
Only my wife calls it the little one. Damn it.
Yeah.
We know.
Yeah, cool little altarpiece, little engraved skull cap that Adam sent me a piece to engrave, and then he's been hard at work painting them and making them look cool and
Those things are fucking
look
gorgeous.
good on your altar.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Look sweet.
I just wonder if you guys are gonna put a strap on the side so I can actually wear it. I just want to walk into Walmart
Like a
wearing
DOT
that.
helmet? That'd be nice.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be legal
Might be
in
scary.
California, but then again, nothing is. But yeah, okay. Awesome. Jonathon
So
Browne,
anyway,
you got
look for
anything
that to
going
come
on?
out.
Yeah, be out soon.
What are you doing? What do you do, Jonathan?
I actually just got a new job at a plastic cutting manufacturer, or plant rather, so just kind of working every day and saving up money. Gonna try start working on some art again. Did that in high school a few years ago and haven't really had the time or funds to do so, but
Like
Mr.
CNC milling type stuff?
You gonna get a membership?
Yeah, definitely when I have the money, but obviously it's
You just said you had a job, so just put it away and do that.
well,
If
it's
you feel
literally like my
inclined.
second day, so
No. Do they do like CNC milling and stuff there? Like you cut things out of plastic? or is it like a?
It's actually like we just get, pretty big rolls of like plastic film, and then we just cut it down to smaller rolls and ship that out to the customers. So we're kind of the middleman.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Gotcha.
All right, Robert Lethold, what do you got going on?
I'm probably going to be working on another episode of the Metal Grotto, and sometime soon I'll be working on getting my book finalized.
Nice.
So you get to read all my naughty little dirty poems again.
Are the pages going to be coded, or would they stick
I
together?
hope.
Well, with mine, the pages may or may not stick together. And the X-ray, the infamous X-ray, is not the cover photo.
Good.
So
Signed
Robert,
editions will have stuck pages.
so Robert, at the rate that you write, man, this book will be out, 2025?
Yeah. All right.
What are you, a speedist? Put it up higher to the camera. Put it up higher.
There you go.
There you go.
It's an audio show.
Hey, we're number one.
No, I need that for. I'm going to use that for something else.
And if you really want to get a throw Lorcan, you can twist on it till you get to my elbow.
There we go.
You can Leviosa on it too. Ah, shit. All right, let's get out of here. Some of us have shit to do. I got to go to fucking Walmart or something. I don't know what's going
You
on.
said that about 2 minutes ago.
Yeah, I ran out of
Thanks for
pizza.
being here, everybody. We
Emergency.
appreciate it.
Hell yeah. Hail Satan or fuck off.
Yep.
Satan.
Hail Satan.
Hail Satan.
That was